Jesse, on a season being called redemption, I mean, there's no more rightful winner than you. We saw obviously the emotion that you had tonight, how happy you were, but can you just sum up what this moment means to you?
It's very hard to put into words. I was pretty excited in there, kind of settling down now a little bit, and it's a surreal experience. Since the show, the first time around, I had 47 fights all over the world against no chumps. Every single guy was some killer or another, you know. So it's been a crazy long journey, and this is like the goal at the end, you know. But you know, this chapter is closed, and I want to make a run for it. I want to see how far I can take this ride.
Walk us through the finishing sequence, what you remember of it, what you can tell us, because I mean, you had an amazing first round, and then you come out and get dropped right away in the second and reverse it. I mean, incredible sequence there. Do you remember all of it? How hurt were you? Walk us through it.
Well, I did the strategy of taking a punch to the head, and he came on me, and I created a scramble. So I guess the punch in the head worked because he just jumped on me, and that's kind of what I wanted. And I knew I could out scramble with him from training with him on the show. And you know, they say it's an old trick, but I'm a rear naked choke artist. I think my jiu-jitsu is a little underestimated. I've been submitted a lot, but I think that's life, you know. And I learned slowly but surely from my mistakes, and I knew what it takes to win, and I trusted my jiu-jitsu.
And you had the message in there, you know, to everybody, don't ever give up. But be honest, along the way, were there times that you almost did give up in that long journey getting back here that you thought, it's just not going to happen for me?
Yeah, I mean, I would go on 7, 8 fight win streaks, beating guys that ended up getting the call from the UFC. I'm like, what about old JT here? No call, you know? But the crazy thing of it is I love to fight. I love to compete, and I told myself if it takes me till I'm 60, I'm going to get back in UFC. And once they told me about the show, through Tom Galicchio actually kind of was the first one to tell me, I was like, man, that's about me. And like they say, and Jim Carrey said in Dumb and Dumber, you know, I totally redeemed myself.
That's great. Last thing for me, I mean, you touched on it a little bit, but you're not a typical tough winner. I mean, with the amount of experience that you have and what you've done, do you feel like you need to be deserved or recognized as a contender right now, or do you feel like there's work to be done?
There might be a little bit of work to be done, but I think you're right. I think I fought the best of the best. If you look at my record, guys I lost to could very well be UFC champions. I think there's a lot of sharks at 170, but I also think it kind of was lacking some star power, and then I come out of nowhere to take it all, you know. And I want to make a run for this. I want to, maybe a fight or two, but I want to get into contender status. I want to go get that belt.
Jesse, right over here to your left. Obviously, the redemption narrative is very well known for people who watched The Ultimate Fighter for many seasons. The one very high-profile mistake so many years ago, and I'm sure maybe you'd like to have not done that. But that being said, now that you know tonight for the first time what it's like to win The Ultimate Fighter, if you could take yourself back mentally all those years ago, do you think you would have really been prepared to be the Ultimate Fighter for this moment, or this entire path of redemption, has this been important to get to this point for that level of maturity, you know, to really be able to handle it right now?
Yeah, I think everything happens for a reason. I don't regret. I mean, it was pretty foolish what I did, but I don't regret a thing. I think it made the story of JT Money, you know, and I messed up, but at the same time, it made me pretty hungry to get back. And it kind of fueled that fire. Like, you know, not a day goes by I don't think about that. And who knows? Like, if I won back then, I might have been in and out and done with UFC. And I just kept grinding, kept plugging away, and fighting anyone, anywhere, anytime. And I think in the end, it got me a lot better and made me a better fighter and person.
I was going to ask you about the improvement of your game, because all those years, you know, if we look at the 2 seasons, you were a top contender back then, and you were dominant through this season, but you had a lot of years in between to really evolve your game. You had great veterans in your corner tonight, like Dan Henderson, Matt Brown. For the more casual fan who maybe hasn't, been able to follow you in those smaller shows these years, talk about the evolution of your game and how you're different now than you were then.
Oh man, you go everywhere, you fight anyone, anytime. You have no choice to get better. And I had some tough losses here and there, but down deep, I'm a fighter. I love to do this. I take a week off and I get antsy. And it's been a crazy long journey. Tough 25 came about. Training, Dan Henderson, Team Quest before that. Ended up going to another gym, the Arena. I've been everywhere. And then on Tough 25, I reconnected with Matt Brown, who was on Tough 7 with me. And the whole journey has just been crazy. So if I never messed up that one fateful night, who knows what would have happened. So again, everything has its reason and place. And I wouldn't say I'm excited or happy that I messed up back then, but it kind of made the story come to fruition, and I'm happy where I'm at now.